Hello everyone, it's been a while. I know I haven't had content on my channel since probably April or something like that. Oh goodness me. But now I'm here, we're next to the bonfire, Shelly is next to me, the shelter, and I'm here to talk to you about books. This is a brand new series in which I review the books or recommend the books or just chat about the books that I have read in the last month. Now I either listen through audiobooks on Audible or read these books in person. They will be containing light spoilers about these books, nothing that you can't find on the back of the book, which I will be reading out to you. And this is so that you can get a feel for my taste in literature, kind of know what I like and dislike. This will be a mostly subjective talk. I won't be objectively ripping into these books since I feel I don't have the expertise in that field yet. Now the first book that I listened to this month was something that I've been looking forward to. The series is finishing up in November with the last book being released, so I wanted to wait until the full series was out before reading, as I don't usually like to dive into series unless they've been completed, because I don't want to end up like Game of Thrones fans waiting for the final book to come out. God bless your souls. But this is Jade City by Fonda Lee. The Call family is one of the two crime syndicates that control the island of Kekon. It is the only place in the world that produces rare magical jade, which grants those with the right training and heritage superhuman abilities. The Greenbone clans of honorable jade-wearing warriors once protected the island from foreign invasions, but nowadays, in a bustling post-war metropolis full of fast cars and foreign money, Greenbone families like the Calls are primarily involved in commerce, construction, and the everyday upkeep of the districts under their protection. When the simmering tension between the Calls and their greatest rivals erupt into open violence in the streets, the outcome of this clan war will determine the fate of all Greenbones and the future of Kekon itself. Now this book was very interesting. It is The Godfather meets old martial arts movies, as was described by the author, which I think she did a very good job of making in her book. It is well written, it has interesting characters, and it has a really interesting world too. However, I found the way this book was formatted to be very lackluster, obnoxious in my opinion. There was a habit of narrating world-building exposition in between scenes, or in between dialogue, and it just broke up the flow a lot of the book and just interjected these moments where we have to know this stuff because we don't live in this world, so we don't know the significance of what is happening. But I feel like there would have been a better way to do this, either by just letting the characters talk and having the audience pick through themselves by picking up context clues about the world, or you do a narration segment and then you have characters have dialogue interactions. If it goes back and forth between those too much, it just gets repetitive, and I found myself, whenever there was a narrative exposition dump, I just would turn off the book and go listen to music or something, because it was very obnoxious. I will finish this book. The next book I listened to was Born of Flame by Nick Kime. This is a collection of novellas in the Warhammer 40k universe about the Salamanders, a legion of space marines that travel the galaxy killing every enemy of mankind and bringing them into the Empire of Man. I read the first novella, Promethean Sun. As the Great Crusade sweeps across the galaxy, the forces of the Imperium encounter a world held in thrall by the alien Eldar, while the iron hands of Ferrus Manus and Mortarian's Death Guard battle against the hated Xenos. It is the Salamanders who brave the deepest and most deadly jungles, encountering monstrous reptilian beasts and foul witchery along the way. Ultimately, it falls to their Primarch of Vulcan himself to thwart the sinister designs of the Eldar, if the legions are to liberate this world and bring imperial illumination to its inhabitants. Now, I have been impressed by the Warhammer 40k universe and the authors they bring in to write books for their universe. These authors manage to do great things with an intellectual property, and with the constraints that they are given, they manage to weave these amazing stories that have a lot of references and literature techniques and things that just make them great to read. This book, or novella I should say, was nice. It was pretty good. It was bite-sized. Novellas tend to be very oh yeah, that was good, nice little bite-sized book. But there's a nice contrast between Vulcan, Ferrus Manus, and Mortarion that I really want to highlight. The brothers who kind of run this campaign against this world, where Vulcan is very compassionate and wants to help out the people as best they can. Ferrus Manus just is like, casualties are casualties, it doesn't matter, let's just get this job done. And Mortarion is like Lamau, time to gas bomb this entire tundra and turn it into a wasteland. So they argue back and forth. It's really cool. There's also a fight on top of a giant pterodon. So if you're into dinosaurs, this book probably is for you. It's very enjoyable. I actually liked it a lot. Now, what am I reading now for the spooky month of October? Well, I am rereading Frankenstein, which I never really finished, but Dracula is my favorite book ever, so I'm going to finish Frankenstein this month. I'm also reading the physical copy of Star Wars Dark Force Rising by Timothy Zahn. A friend of mine gave me this trilogy, and I read the first book, which was actually really good. This is book 2 of the Thrawn trilogy, the Legends one, not the new Disney one. Timothy Zahn actually wrote 2 Thrawn trilogies for the Disney canons. Thanks, Disney. But I read the first one and I liked it. It's weird seeing different versions of the original trilogy characters, like Luke, Han, Leia, and Lando, that are different from the original trilogy, but also so different from the sequels. It's actually really nice. I also plan on reading more Born of Flame novellas. There's like 3 or 4, I think, left in that book that I want to read. And then I don't know what else I'm going to read, but I will let you know on Twitter, which the link for that is below. That's going to be it for this very short video. I will see you next time at the end of October for the book report. I don't know what content's going to be coming up on the channel soon. A bunch of my projects fell through, so I don't know what I'm going to upload. Until then, I will see you all next time. Thank you for watching. And you know what? Have a good day.